Hello, my name is Sadona, and here is the information I need to share. I have been I have been able to take time prior to everyone else being locked down for this COVID stuff. I managed to get a jump start, which tends to happen as we go through this process. I tend to have a heads up. During that time, I had a lot of precognitive dreams that were happening. I My knowing deepened and strengthened. My abilities increased. And so I've thought about kind of rebranding my Facebook page or what it is I want to do. It's not just about paranormal, but I want to be able to talk to people about their superpowers and how we can learn to increase them, learn to utilize them, what they are, what they look like. I've had a lot of people in my community who have watched me on my journey, who have experienced firsthand some of the things I'm able to do and how accurate my stuff is, who are now coming to me with specific questions or asking for my interpretation of some things. With that, one is it not only validating for myself, incredibly, I've spent a lot of time and been really programmed to doubt everything that I knew, everything I felt, everything I saw. I spent, a good 30 years trying to lock away, dumb down, or stop these things that I would feel and see and experience in my life. And in that, ended up with a lot of mental health issues. And wasn't able to be a stable person, wasn't fully myself because I didn't realize how much I was being influenced by everything around me, by energies, by other people's emotions, locations I was living in, never realizing that all the stuff I had going on was a symptom of my environments and my programming. So to spend the last over decade, 10 years, when I began to have in real life, IRL, situations happened to validate what I was doing. As I've spent the last 10 years learning to be comfortable and have confidence in what I'm saying, what I'm knowing, what I'm feeling. I watch a lot of intuitives who are out there in the field doing these things, doing these talks, doing these videos. I also talk to people. I tend to get a general consensus of how the community feels. If you've ever worked with me in a work environment, you all know that. Kind of taking the temperature of what's going on and being like, yep, we're all kind of feeling that right now. As validations for things that are going on inside. Our stories may look different because you're not going to go through what I'm going to go through, and I'm not going to go through what you're going to go through. But a lot of times the general themes or emotions that we are experiencing tend to be the same. And for right now, we're seeing that on a grand scale. So now I'm seeing it in an even bigger impact now that everybody is slowing down and kind of locking down their lives for a while. I think we needed this as humans, as communities, as a planet, to be able to have this kind of hard reset for a moment. I'm focusing on being thankful that the rest of the community in the world has gotten now the opportunity that I had for a month prior to slow down, take care of me, focus on what's really right, taking those moments to breathe, learning I didn't have to run, rush, do anything. I'm absolutely on my timeline. Enjoying nature, one of my biggest refreshers, and one of the only things that, one of the few things that replenishes me is being outside in nature, taking a look at the trees and the river. In fact, right now, as I'm sitting here, I'm looking out at the river behind my house, watching the birds, seeing the eagles. A few weeks ago, I got to see a couple of beavers that were out there. That's a rarity for me in this stretch of river. So that was super exciting. Getting outside and walking my animals, walking myself, because I've been physically working on getting my stamina back since my, recovery, which we're all going to have to go through. But in being outside and reconnecting with this planet, and all these things, I've just been called to share information. I've been struggling internally with the concept and thought that I am able to channel. And I have problems with that for a multitude of reasons, because of my background and my raising, my belief system growing up, the programming that I had, the falsity that I've seen from some, and not validations. I've seen it legit. I know my inner knowing knows when the information is true and connect and it rings, and when it doesn't quite settle well. But again, each of these people who's bringing this information through, just like myself, is human. And so my human imprint is going to be on it. My brain can only process so much of the information I'm receiving from something that's higher than me. Be that God, be it angels, be it aliens, whatever words you use to describe that which is greater than ourselves. I have been able to connect to the divine recently and experience tremendous things. Me sitting here in front of this camera, doing this right now, has literally taken me 3+ weeks of internally, mentally battling myself to sit here in this chair right now, right here, and record this. I even attempted to do it live and chickened out because of the human in me. But there is information that needs to get out there from higher source. There are things that we all need to be reminded of right now. And as you can see, I'm smiling because it's not fear. It's not anything but pure love. It's breathing in the heavens and smiling away anything else that doesn't need to be there. When I can consistently use those modalities of meditation, breath work, whatever it takes to ground back into my body, and how far down the rabbit hole y'all want to go with me. I don't even know what level of information I can start to share. I start to feel redundant because I know all this stuff is out there and has been out there for decades. For decades, a lot of the information has been out there. How do I help in my present calling? What new information could I potentially share? And that it all boils down to that. Connecting to the divine, drawing down the love, and exhale out with a smile everything you don't need. I mean, you can breathe in positive, exhale the negative. Well, I don't even want to put negative out there. It's not my place to do that. But what I can do is smile and raise my vibration. I mean, I've put together a program and classes. I've been trying to actually teach. I teach usually one-on-one to people who are in my social circle or people who come across me in life. Frequently, I've been able to do one-on-one sessions and a grounding color session to help people. I want to put that out there more, this visualization. I'm, again, not great at editing, but I think it's important. And I know that I've been called for this, and I have bucked against it and bucked against it and bucked against it. But I also know that when I call myself out on it and I head on face these fears, which I'm doing right here, right now, in this chair, universe blesses me in so many ways. And I'm really looking forward to seeing whatever the blessings are going to be, how much better this can get right now. I'm relaxed. I do feel all the emotions that everyone does. I mean, I'm a sensitive, so I pick up these social anxieties. I have these anxieties myself. I have just been able to finally learn tools that work for me to bring me back to what my reality will be. Trust me, remember, mental health problems. I've been to the darkest, God, and ever thought, how could anyone just be happy? Like, what? Yeah. But I am proof that it can change. Things can be different for you. If you are having struggles, if you have questions, please reach out to me. I would like to know if, it seems that the paranormal journey with Sadona, paranormal may throw people off, but I do believe in God, and I do believe in higher powers, and I do absolutely believe in angels. Absolutely. Too many instances in my life to not believe. I'd be an idiot. So I'm wondering if rebranding it and kind of changing it, instead of people's paranormal journey, I kind of want to know what our journeys are with our superpowers. What can I do to help start teaching what different ones are? I recently had a conversation with someone, and I was like, oh, well, that's telepathy you're using. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, this is what it looks like. This is how you're using it. Here, let me prove it to you. And, was able to throw that out there. So do you guys want to learn how to use your superpowers? What's your superpower? And how can I help you? Period. Question mark. How can I help you? How can I be of service? My job on this planet is to be of service. Any of you who know me know that. How can I be of service during this time? Reach out, hit me up, interact with me, so I'm not on this island alone. Much love to you guys. Bye.